Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news, even after wrapping up the first half of the season with a painful 7-game losing streak. The Los Angeles Dodgers still find themselves comfortably perched atop the National League West. That's the kind of cushion you earn through consistent winning, strong culture, and the kind of depth that absorbs punches without crumbling. It might sound strange to say it out loud after a stretch like that, but the Dodgers are doing just fine, actually. They're doing better than they were at this exact point last year. With 58 wins and 39 losses, they've got to more victories under their belt than they had during last year's All-Star break. And the weirdest part, the similarities between this season and last year are almost eerie. Injuries? Check. The kind of bumps and bruises that would derail most teams. Double check. But the Dodgers, like clockwork, just keep figuring it out. Whether it's next man up stepping in or veteran leadership steadying the ship, there's a rhythm to how this organization handles adversity. And it's not by accident. But don't get it twisted. Manager Dave Roberts isn't sitting around drawing comparisons to past seasons. That's just not how he operates. For him, what happened in 2024 has very little to do with what's unfolding in 2025. He's not measuring success against last year's record or trying to chase a win-loss curve. That looks good on paper. That's not the point. His mindset is simple. Show up every day, compete hard, and focus only on the game in front of you. He's said it before and he's sticking to it now. This game's about staying in the moment. No scoreboard watching, no dreaming too far ahead, according to Roberts. The only way you make it through the grind of a full season is by respecting the daily battle. Some teams get caught up in chasing milestones. The Dodgers, they chase consistency. That said, Roberts does believe in a few markers, moments in the season that act like signposts. Things that help him gauge if the team's on the right path. One of them is getting off to a good start, and the Dodgers nailed that one. They opened the season with 8 straight wins, making it loud and clear that they were ready from day one. Another key checkpoint. Heading into the All-Star break strong. That one was more complicated. After the 7-game skid, things looked rough, but they bounced back with 2 wins right before the break, snapping that losing streak and restoring a bit of momentum. So, if Roberts is ticking boxes, those two might just be checked off. He also talks a lot about rhythm. That flow you want your team to find after the break. That groove that carries you toward October. And timing matters here, because as the Dodgers limp into the break, there's one big factor working in their favor. They're finally starting to get healthy again. Tyler Glasnow is already back. Blake Snell and Blake Trinan are both making progress on their rehab assignments. This isn't just depth returning. It's high-impact talent that can shift the postseason outlook. With those names back in the mix, the second half feels like it's holding a lot more promise than concern. But one of the most telling things Roberts mentioned, and maybe the most important for Dodgers fans to hear, is how this team avoids the dramatic highs and lows that most squads suffer from. While other clubs go through extreme cold stretches or burn out after a hot month, the Dodgers tend to stay in that steady gear. That doesn't mean they don't lose games. They do. It doesn't mean they never look vulnerable. They absolutely do, but they avoid the nosedives. They don't spiral. They recover quickly, and that's not luck. That's culture. It's about having veterans who set the tone. It's about leadership that leads by example, not just speeches. Dave Roberts made it a point to mention Clayton Kershaw. Yeah, the same Kershaw who just recorded his 3,000th strikeout, being the first guy on the field doing fielding drills. That's not just about work ethic. That's about setting a tone that younger players notice. It becomes contagious, and that's why this team rarely collapses. When your stars are the hardest workers in the building, everyone else falls in line. Now, let's talk about something that's gotten a bit of attention, but probably not enough. The Dodgers' performance against winning teams at the break. Their record is just below .500 in those matchups, 22 victorias and 23 defeats. For a team of this caliber, that stat stands out, but for Roberts, it's a non-issue. He's been clear about this. Wins are wins, no matter who's on the other side of the dugout. You don't get extra credit for beating playoff teams in June. The standings don't weigh those games differently. So whether it's a sweep of a bottom feeder or a tough grind-out win against a contender, they all count the same in the column. That matters, of course. Context is everything. If the Dodgers were fully healthy and still struggling against playoff-level opponents, then yeah, Maybe it's time to dig deeper, but when you're missing key starters, rotating arms in the bullpen, and dealing with lineup shifts every other day, that record looks a lot more understandable. With a healthier roster heading into the second half, there's every reason to believe that number will flip in their favor. Now, while we're on the subject of difference makers, we have to talk about Shohei Ohtani. There's just no way around it. The guy is rewriting the book on what it means to impact a game of baseball. Forget being just a power hitter. Forget being just an ace. Shohei is both, and somehow even more than that. Through 95 games, he's scored 91 runs. That's not just impressive, that's historic. We're talking about a player who's on pace to do things that haven't been seen since World War II. Ohtani leads the National League in home runs. He leads in total bases. He leads in OPS, and just for good measure, he's also rocking a 1.00 era with nearly 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. In limited pitching appearances, the guy is breaking every mold, and he's doing it under the spotlight in one of the most pressure-packed franchises in the game. He's already scored multiple runs in 27 different games. That's not a typo, according to advanced stats. That's the most multi-run games any player has had heading into the All-Star break ever. And that's not just a volume stat, that's efficiency. He's doing this in almost 30% of his games, a rate that hasn't been seen since the days of Jimmy Fox. That's not just good company, that's baseball royalty. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, that 10-year, $700 million contract he signed with the Dodgers. So far, it's looking like a bargain. Let that sink in. A deal that big, that monumental, and somehow it already feels like he's outpacing the price tag. If he keeps this up, we're not just looking at another MVP. We're talking about one of the greatest single seasons in the modern era. But again, this isn't just about numbers on a stat sheet. This is about presence, about a guy who can flip a game with a swing or shut it down from the mound, about someone who brings a sense of belief to the lineup every single night. The Dodgers were already a juggernaut before he arrived. With Ohtani, they've entered a new dimension. And what makes it all the more special is that he's doing it with ease. There's no theatrics, no me-first attitude, just a calm, focused superstar showing up, game after game, delivering fireworks with a quiet confidence. He doesn't just play the game, he elevates it. And that's why, despite the mid-season slump, despite the ups and downs, the Dodgers are exactly where they need to be. They're leading their division, getting healthy, and anchored by a once-in-a-generation talent playing at a historic level. If they can ride this wave, tighten up their approach against tough opponents, and continue building around their culture of consistency, there's no ceiling on what this team can accomplish in the months ahead. Looking ahead to the second half of the season, the Dodgers find themselves at a crossroads filled with opportunity and challenges. The grind of Major League Baseball is unforgiving, but this team has already shown they have what it takes to stay resilient. The return of key players from injury is not just a boost. It's a potential game changer when you think about guys like Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, and Blake Trinan coming back into the fold. It's like plugging in missing pieces of a puzzle that's already close to completion. Glasnow's electric fastball and sharp breaking pitches give the Dodgers a fresh arm with swing and miss stuff that can shut down lineups on any given night. Snell, with his competitive fire and mix of pitches, adds depth and experience to the rotation, while Trinan's veteran savvy strengthens the bullpen where every out can feel like gold in tight games. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. There's a growing buzz in the baseball world as rumors swirl around the sudden announcement of Yamamoto's departure from the Dodgers. While no official reasons have been confirmed yet, insiders are already speculating about what this could mean for both the player and the team. Moving forward, fans and analysts alike are buzzing with questions. Why now? And where might Yamamoto be headed next? Yamamoto, who has been a key figure in the Dodgers lineup, has had a significant impact on their recent performances. His exit could signal a major shakeup for the team's strategy, leaving many to wonder if this move was driven by personal decisions, contract negotiations, or a potential trade brewing behind the scenes. The Dodgers have been known for their dynamic roster changes, and Yamamoto's departure might just be the beginning of a bigger puzzle yet to be unveiled. Speculation is rife that other teams are already circling, ready to seize the opportunity to sign such a valuable player, given his skill set and recent form. Several franchises could see Yamamoto as the perfect addition to boost their championship hopes. Could this lead to a bidding war, or is there a secret deal already in motion that could reshape the upcoming season? The Dodgers front office has remained tight-lipped, which only adds fuel to the rumor mill. Fans are eagerly awaiting any statement, hoping for clarity, but also bracing for the impact this change might have on their beloved team. Meanwhile, Yamamoto himself has stayed quiet on social media, fueling further speculation about his next destination. As this story develops, it raises many questions about the Dodgers' future roster and how they plan to fill the void left by Yamamoto. Will they look to promote emerging talent from within, or will they make a splash in the trade market to compensate? The answers are still out there. But one thing is certain: the baseball landscape might be on the brink of an exciting transformation, all starting with Yamamoto's unexpected announcement. Stay tuned as more details emerge, because this could be the start of one of the most talked about moves in the season. Whether it's a strategic play, a personal choice, or a big trade, Yamamoto's departure from the Dodgers has everyone watching closely, and the buzz is only getting louder. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.